Hi guys, today is the 18th of September 2019 at 13 minutes past 12 in the afternoon over here in the UK. I want to talk about this Heliofant title that is at the end of the video. It's an anagram and translations for a few different things I'm actually finding out. So the first one that I've already talked about is the anagram for the final. Take those letters and rearrange them. You can make up the final. So take the T, put it at the end here. You've got the, and then the F-I-N-N-A-L, and then you're left with the O, which I've just taken as the final one. For example, the O could stand for many number of things. Well, that's one of the anagrams. The other anagram, or not really an anagram, but the other code I thought that was in here is the I representing the number 9, and the dot above the I moving over to the O, which represents the letter 15 in the alphabet. So 915, where I thought, you know, something would happen. And I did a few connections with the Middle East and, you know, potential war with Iran and stuff like that. And it didn't quite go as far as that, but I don't think anyone can say that war with Iran is not one presidential tweet away from beginning, with them blaming Iran for launching attacks on Saudi Arabia's oil facilities and cutting the world's oil supply by half. Even though Donald Trump says it's not really affected, they're going to dig into the American oil reserves. But that remains to be seen. So 915 was very significant, I think. The other translation that I'm getting from this is another anagram. Or not really an anagram, but take the word he, Leo, and font. Now he is pronoun for, you know, he, and Leo would be a representation of Leo, like the star sign, meaning lion, and then font is a representation of the word child. So font name meaning English from Old French, infant, child. So you've kind of put those together and you've got he, lion, child. And the lion is a symbol of Great Britain. It's worn on the coat of arms, and in particular it's associated with the royal monarchy. Now if I'm thinking he, lion, child, and the lion is a representation of the British monarchy, then I think that is a reference to Archie, Prince Harry's son, who was born on the 6th of May 2019, supposedly. I really don't know, because a translation that's coming out of here connecting with some news is making me question it. Also, they released The Lion King in this year, 2019. That was on the 19th of July, 75 days after Prince Archie's birth. But I'm going to come back to that, I think, if I remember to. So, he, lion, child, possibly referring to Prince Archie. And then I was thinking the he, lion, child is kind of a broken sentence. It doesn't really make that much sense. So I was thinking maybe the he represents numbers. So H being 8 and E being 5. And I was thinking August 5th. That didn't really make much sense to me. But if they're referring to, you know, UK date, then that would be reversed, which would be 5/8, which would be May 8th. So I did a little bit of research to see if anything significant occurred on May 8th. And what I found is that that is the day that Archie was given his name. So May 8th, 7th in line to the throne, named Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor, was named that 2 days later, after the 6th of May, on Instagram. So I'm thinking it's possible that this Heliofant title, referring to the final one, he, lion, child, giving us a possible date of May 8th, which was the day Prince Archie was named through Instagram, is quite significant. But there's another translation. Instead of I being 9 and then the dot moving across the O being 15, being 9/15 the date on which quite a few significant things occurred, it could also be I representing the number 9, a dot in the middle because it's in the middle, and O, 9.0. So I kept that in mind and went on to the anagram solver and took out the letters I and O for 9.0, and I'm left with helfant. The rest of that translates, if I can, this is so small. There we go, it's much better. The rest of that translates to something I'm very familiar with in terms of interpretations from the iPad Go 2 video, the N.F.L. If you take out the letters of the N.F.L, you're left with the letter A. And when you put that all together, you've got, excuse me, move that up a bit, a 9.0, the N.F.L. So I did a little bit more research and I looked up the N.F.L, and I found that on September 15th, when everything else was going on, there was a match between the Rams and the Saints, and they won by 27 and the Saints lost by 9, and 9/27 is a watch date that I've got on my channel already and I've talked about a few times. So I'm thinking, okay, it may be a chain of clues here. First it tells me from the Heliofant title a 9.0, the N.F.L. I've also got a representation of 9/15 with the 9 moving to the 15, but there was no earthquake on 9/15, just a lot of events in the Middle East. But there was a match played, the final, excuse me, it just cut off on me. So there was a match played on the 15th of September, the final, which is another translation I've got from the Heliofant title. So it all seems to be connecting together. The final, I've got a final match being played 9/15, I've got a match being played on 9/15, no earthquake. However, there is a representation for another watch date, which is September the 27th. So I looked up who's playing on September the 27th in NFL, and it's Packers versus the Eagles. Not sure exactly how significant it is, but I do think I should be watching for a potential 9.0 earthquake during that match. If that was to occur, it would be a similar kind of scene to what they did in Batman, with the football field collapsing beneath the players as they're playing and all the explosions going on around the city in Gotham, which would be a representation of New York. Again, I don't know if any of this is significant, but where we didn't, sorry, I'm gonna go back a little bit. There, let me let it play. Where we didn't actually have, you know, the whole war kicking off with Iran on 9/15, we must admit that there's a lot of significant events that took place on 9/15 in association with Iran that could lead to war, you know, in the next couple of weeks, in the next couple of months, depends how it all unfolds. And we've got he, lion, child, and we've also got the he being, you know, May 8th in the UK format, which is the day that Prince Archie received his name. So it could be actually May 8th, Lion Child, and then Lion King being released in 2019, just a couple of months after his birth. The final one, I don't know guys, just basically keep an eye on this Prince Archie growing up and becoming king. I'm sure it's going to be significant. And also keep an eye out for a 9.0 magnitude earthquake, possibly on the 27th of September, during the N.F.L football game while it's being played. The other translation I've got for September the 27th is some sort of nuclear event happening, and that's posted on my channel. And obviously if there's a 9.0 magnitude earthquake around, say for example, New York, or you know, anywhere where there's major nuclear facilities, it could be all connected. And a 9.0 magnitude earthquake, if it's occurring below the ocean, would possibly result in a tsunami as well. So there's quite a few things to watch there. You guys, hopefully none of that happens. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and may the Heavenly Father bless you.